Before we start, there is an important question that I need to ask. What are you building your Greer for? Is it for a DPS reason, or is it for a death breaker purpose, especially for Molten Element? If it is the latter, then there is a more suitable unit for that. Her name is Jejia. But let's save that topic for another time. In this video, however, we're going to talk about the DPS Greer and the reason why there is no place for her to shine. Greer is a really sad striker, and you will understand what I meant later. But first, let's talk about her base stats. For a striker, Greer has a really low base attack. On top of that, her base speed is also low. Fortunately, Greer's rank up gives her a flat attack boost, which helps her improve her overall attack. As for her base HP in depth, she got it quite nice, thanks to her Tech upgrade. Though this HP and depth upgrade from her Tech upgrade quite begs us a question. What is the dev intention when they are making Greer? If we take a look into her skills, the main catch from Greer will be her S2. She will deal an extra damage based on X% of the enemy's max HP. On paper, it would be understandable that she got a low base attack thanks to her S2 passive. But, in reality, even with that S2 passive, her performance as a DPS is quite underwhelming. But why exactly? In here, I'm going to test her in Centaur 10. Her S2 at max upgrade will shred 4% of the target's max HP, which is this boss's max HP. The Centa 10 got 197k HP, so let's see how much damage Greer can deal. Next, on the second test, we're going to test her S2 passive with no upgrades, which means we're missing 2.9% of the max HP shred. So we're only shredding 1.1% of the boss's max HP. As you can see, this is the damage we got. We lost about 5.1k damage, which, interestingly, 2.9% of the boss max HP is 5734.025. So yeah, this is the pure shreds number from the boss's max HP before the defense and crit damage calculation takes in. I know, I'm going to jump into conclusion real quick right here, but please correct me if I'm wrong. The only possible general explanation as to why Greer's damage is so low, despite the high number on both of her S3 multiplier and the boss's max HP, is because, quote-unquote, likely, her S2 passive can crit. Of course, I'm aware that this calculation is extremely shallow, especially if I were to add a death break into play, then the number would fluctuate even further. But yeah, I really just couldn't find a reason as to why Greer's damage is so low, no matter how good you build her. In this last part, I'm going to tell you why Greer is such a sad unit. First, Real S3 AI you see here can prioritize a target with highest max HP, and then we have Greer here. Just why? Why for a unit that boasted of dealing an extra damage based on the target max HP, Greer has no such. The reason why the highest max HP AI targeting on Greer is really important is because not just to comply with her S2, it is so you don't have to manually hit the enemies whenever you use Greer. For example, the highest match HP enemy or like boss in this game is Selena. But of course it wouldn't matter. Why? Because Selena passive will prevent Greer to shine even here, as she will counter whoever deal a damage beyond the fixated number that she has. Which Greer can easily achieve that thanks to her S2 passive. But it doesn't stop there. The head for Greer doesn't stop there. I don't know if you are aware of this, but as to fully mock Greer's existence, Riot has a passive where basically they are immune to max HP based damage. Here is the comparison between a no upgrade Greer S2 and a max upgraded Greer S2. Greer definitely deserves some buffs, but let's face it, they probably won't buff Greer or any other 3-star units that ever existed, which again begs us the same question: what is the dev intention when they are making Greer?